The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now back to throw. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he spins past him and into space. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. Now, the coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. 60
outlaw. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Williams. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams. His 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Chiefs have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flush to his, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a second down coming up. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Williams. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite third and long on the horizon.
Brings up third down.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. 58 is the mic.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between second and 4 and second and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it. And he lost the football. And this will go out of bounds, and they're still short of the line to gain. So this is going to be a turnover on downs here.
58, right over there, yeah.
Second and 1. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's a gain of 35.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Let's go. 58, boys.
Second and 10. Eluding the pressure right. It's Williams on the catch. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Flush to his right. He's going to, and it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able, and he takes off with it. It's a fake.
That score is not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 23 yards, the final tally. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Chris Jones forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here's Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together, the front and back working.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Chris Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Go. 43.
Jackson to throw on third down. And he's got Snead. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Hill to try again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Third and goal, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken short. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Troy Apke, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A good pickup there, a 22.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Come on, D. Hey, lock it.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Calais Campbell on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Kill. Watch twist.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chiefs are able to extend. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do.
And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Jackson now on second. What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 78 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's got it to Williams. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. It's Hill, complete. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On second down now, it's Williams. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. They'll look to throw here. He is going to find Hill here. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2nd and 5. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Williams. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Alex Okafor picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Jackson now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson, and this is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. That's it. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Go. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check.
Jackson now. Going to throw again. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14.
Watch the run. They're running it.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken very short. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. There are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They're going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 82 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Well, that is...
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. There he goes left side. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up two more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Troy Apke. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. I'm going.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Jackson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Now Jackson on first down. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Flushed out right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Derek Wolfe able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll start the drive with Hill. Room here to run. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
And it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check.
Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans, but then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A gain of 6 there on first. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Check. 43. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. 43.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Chiefs, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young